Hello, this is Richard Hammond, reporting from the Hampton Court Concours D'Elegance, where we are showing the smallest cogs humble little Escort RS2000, the only one here. But it would be remiss of me not, whilst here, to have a wander around and show you some of the cars that have caught my eye. There is all manner of exotica from all over the world and all periods of automotive history. Obviously, you'd expect it. Things that have caught my eye though, this, because, well, it wears a Jensen badge. It's a 65 CV8 Mark III. To be precise, so it's the predecessor to the Interceptor. 66, the Interceptor took over. It carried the same 6.3 litre Chrysler engine over that big V8 eventually. This though was designed in the UK, so it's before those complicated Italians got involved. It carried on styling cues from the car that preceded it. It's made out of glass fibre, just as the preceding was, which means it's very light. It didn't enjoy a massive sporting history. It won something called the Commander's Cup, but nobody I've spoken to can remember what that is. And it did, and this is the best brummy detail about it, it did hold the world record for fastest caravan towing. Here you go. Right, we'll go over that. What are we going to stand out at? We're going to tow a caravan really fast. And it did. And I think it's actually a really handsome old truck. Piece of history, as you'd expect. Right, more. There's lots. Oh yeah. Yeah, I couldn't resist it. It was inevitable. I am talking about a 911, except this isn't. It's a 901, 1963 Porsche show their devastatingly fabulous new car at the Frankfurt Motor Show, and they call it the 901. However, Peugeot objected. The idea of having a car's name with a zero in the middle, that was theirs and theirs alone. They decided they owned the zero, so they stopped them doing it. Hence the name 911 was chosen, and the legend that many of us, me included, grew to love, was born. And there it is, and you can see it there. And the simplicity, the sense of purpose about this beautiful little car is, for me, devastating. Only 82 were made, and reputedly some of them slipped out into private hands as 901s. Here is one. That's a rare car. Next. This show isn't all about exotica and excess, but some of it is. And if you're going to do that, well, you've got to have a Zonda in it. They've always had a soft spot in my heart. This is the 760 VR. So it was a roadster that was taken back on the customer's request and given a huge amount more power. What I love most about it, well, apart from visually, I think it just attacks you. That huge air intake there. It's got the thing that I think goes wrong so often with supercars and hypercars. They become all about functionality, become serious. This has just a playful sense of sheer lunacy, which is, I mean, the man himself, when he set the company up, having left Lamborghini, he decided to build his own supercar company. He based it in Modena, right in the heart of the Italian supercar industry, with a Mercedes engine. And he's just got so much, what's the word? Chutzpah. This absolutely blows me away. And the thing about it that most impresses, that has done 55,000 kilometers. That is not a trailer queen. That is not locked up in a basement to show off to your friends. That is used, and I think that's just wonderful. There is only one car really that can eclipse it, and I'm gonna go and look at that now. Simply the best car here. I mean, most of the crowd is keeping away because it's too just blindingly good to stand close to. It's a fact. I'm gonna see it now. This, the highlight of the show, the crowds have just been kept away because of its sparkling brilliance, is our Ford Escort Mark II RS2000 1979. It's not really supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here with the Jensen Interceptor, I was hoping to be, but it turns out they take about 2 years to restore, so we're still working through that one. I wanted to come here, so I went out and bought this. I bought this actually intending to sell it at auction. This is a catalogue of disaster, but we didn't make the auction. So there was a slot here, and I said to the guys, can we get there? And they said yes, but it was only 7 weeks later. So we had 7 weeks to turn it from a rusting, broken hulk into this. There's been a lot replaced, a lot of blood, sweat and tears, and if I look even older than usual, it's because in the last week, we've had 2 21-hour days working on it. But we got it here, and you know what? It's not gonna win. It's not gonna make a big noise. It's a blue-collar sports car. It's not some posh piece of exotica, but we absolutely love it. And more than anything else, we're proud just to have got it here. At least it's sharing lawns graced by some of the finest cars in the world with our Ford Escort. And that's kind of cool. If you want to see for yourself the pain and the agony we went through to get it from where it was to here in just 7 weeks. You can check out the show, and I believe you can link to it below in a clever digital fashion.